Checking connections. Hello Instagram, hello Facebook, hello YouTube. How is everybody today? I'm hoping everyone has survived the storms, the tornadoes wherever you are. I hope you're all safe. I hope your family is good. I hope none of your property has been demolished, destroyed. It was a little scary here in St. Louis the other night, but we managed fine. I did see that Jefferson City here in Missouri was hit again with another tornado. I believe Joplin was hit with 3 tornadoes the day before. So wherever you are on this May 23rd, I'm hoping that you are being guided and protected through angels' care. For those of you who don't know who I am Kitryn Marie, an artist, a writer, a speaker, a life and a business coach, and today one very proud mom. My youngest walks across the stage, graduating from high school, and I could not be prouder. My last kid. You know, the things that we hold near and dear in our life, the things that we want the best for, the things that we have given life and birth to, that we see the fruition of our hard effort as a parent, a child's hard effort trying to study and get through school. I have very mixed emotions. You know, I couldn't be prouder of any of my kids. The older 2 were so freaking successful, it's absolutely insane. And here we have Tyler, who has the whole world before him. And our whole world that's absolutely turned upside down crazy. And you hope, as a parent, that you do the best you can, that you have done the best you could do with what you've had to work with, and they go on to be better individuals than possibly you were, possibly I was. You know, back in the day when I graduated high school in 1979 from Cleveland High School, you know, it was a different kind of world. You know, sneaking out in the middle of the night or walking up and down streets, you know, to meet your friends at 11 o'clock at midnight, riding in cars, and, you know, underage drinking, and those in that day that smoked weed. You know, we were not out to hurt anybody. You know, the people that I hung around with, they were out just to have fun, to have a good time. And I think, you know, public transportation, we took a bus everywhere. Kids today, they don't take a bus. They don't take the Metrolink. It's just not safe. So as Tyler is graduating, and we've had these fabulous, you know, conversations about thinking smart and choosing smart and doing the right thing, you know, I understand why my grandma wanted us all so close. Excuse me. You know, she wanted us all in her fold and wanted to know where we were and what we were doing and how we were doing it. And although kids today are, of course, you know, it's a different generation, the situations that they have presented to them at this point is a little bit more challenging, a little bit more difficult. We are going to be exploring some colleges. He had talked about, you know, maybe going to Rankin, and that's just feasibly not possible in our budget. And like my daughter says, you know, Mom, I'm going to have school loans till I'm in my 90s. I don't want him to be presented with that same challenge. You know, and if the government's going to do anything for any of our future generation, then they need to change the structure of the school loans. We have a bunch of college graduates that are still trying to figure out what they're going to do with their life and how they're going to apply what they have wanted to learn, and there's just not enough jobs to go around. I've just asked of Tyler, you know, give me 1 year at college just so you can experience what it's like to go to college, to, you know, broaden your horizons and get more friends and create, you know, a different environment. You know, we want to not enable our kids, and we want to give them better experiences. So I told him, I said, just go to school a couple days a week, explore what options are out there, meet some new people, just a year, it's all I'm asking, and then he can kind of choose and go from there. I know when I was going to college, I was in my 30s. I knew I needed something more in my life. I knew that I wanted to study a little bit more than what I had studied in high school. You do the basics and you think, oh, this is going to get me so far. And, back in 1979, they were like, just get married, have kids, be happy, live happily ever after. Well, sadly, it didn't work like that. And I'm hoping anybody who has young parents, they have not enabled them, and they have given them really good options and good tools where they are able to make good decisions on their own. By the time I was going to school, I was like, I knew I wanted to write, and I knew I liked journalism, and I knew I liked speaking, and I knew I liked theater, and I knew I liked art. And I was like, you know what, I'll just take it all, and, till I can figure out what I'm going to do. Now, that was when I was in my early 30s. I went for 2 years, did not graduate. Computers are acting up, excuse me a minute. Did not graduate. I went with the intention of getting the knowledge and getting the experience, knowing that somewhere along the line I would be able to use that experience and use that knowledge. And, we push our kids to do all these things to achieve these goals, and if your child is able to finish and graduate, college, congratulations to you. But what happens if they're stuck with this huge school loan and there is no job? I've been able to, I've been fortunate. I've been really blessed. Having my hand in food and beverage, I have taught my kids, do something where you're going to get fed, and do something where you're always going to have $1 in your pocket. And then as you're doing those things, explore, have the options. I encourage, though, women who want to enrich their life, take a class just so you're not stuck in your current situation. You're never too old, and it's never too late. Even if you don't know where you want to end up on that other side, you're stretching the imagination, and as you get older, the brain cells work a little bit different. Now, I'm not a math scholar, never have been, never will be. I can paint you a picture, I can tell you a story, I can write a story, I can do public speaking, but math has never been my strong suit. So even if you're going to, take a class or whatever, do what you are capable of doing. Do what you know that you will be able to achieve, and you will feel good for the purpose of why you are taking the class, enriching your life. Your mind works like a sponge, and as you're older, you are able to take in a lot differently than when you did when you were in your younger days. When you were back in high school, did you know what you wanted to do? Did you know that path, how you were going to be and where you were going to end up? If you were going to a trade school after high school, are you still in that trade? My dad wanted me to be a couple different things, and I'm sure I've talked about this before. He wanted me to be a nurse, and I didn't want to be a nurse. I just didn't. I was smart enough to do the anatomy and physiology, but that was not my thing. I didn't like blood. I didn't like taking care of sick people, but to appease him, I went to medical assisting school and graduated fine. Graduated with flying colors. Got an A mostly all my classes, and when I was done with it, I was like, I don't want to do this. you know, and I had the option where I could go on and I could do something else, you know, and I was wanting to be able to mix with a bunch of different people. I wanted to be able to incorporate my art, and later on in life found that I had such a niche for teaching that I was able to take all those communication skills that I had learned when I was going to college, and I'm now able to, you know, apply them in what I'm doing today. I still have my hand in food and beverage. You know, there's nothing wrong with having multiple gigs and having multiple streams of income. We live in this kind of world where sometimes you just have to juggle, one, to make ends meet, two, because it just adds interest and value to your life when you are doing multiple things. Three, it shows your diversity. It shows your ability to adapt in many situations where you are meeting a variety of different people and you're just not stuck and getting job burnout with just one thing. I have a painting class that's coming up next Thursday at Lanai Coffee House in Francis Park in St. Louis Hills. You know, I will, hopefully those that are signing up for it, you know, the diversity in that will be people who want to learn how to paint. They have an idea that they want to learn a new talent, and at any age you can learn a new talent. I'm thinking about taking guitar lessons. I took music lessons, oh my God, it seems like a million years ago, because I want to stretch that side of my mind just a little bit more. I want to see if what I was taught before, if I am able to remember and to continue to grow and evolve with that. Will I stay with it? I don't know, but it will give me something to do and it will add some interest. When I'm teaching my creative-minded women in my business coaching, you know, we have these kids that are now graduating and we have these empty nests. And what will you do with your life if you have devoted your whole world to your kids and it's all you've done is hide behind your kids, or you've tried to relive your life through your children? It goes back to, you do not want to enable your kids. You want to give them the tools and you want to equip them with what they will need to be, you know, surviving adults, where they are able to function on their own, make a dollar on their own. They're not living in your basement. They're not sponging off of you. You know, and they're using their creative tools to become just better individuals and contributing into the society. It's just important. You know, you want to leave more. You want your child to leave more than a carbon footprint. You want to be able for them to make a difference in this life, just as I am hoping that anybody who is taking any of my classes, they are making a difference in this life. You know, they are contributing a service that they know, a talent that they have, and they are contributing to the people around them, in their community. It's important. It's important as we get older, and even with our kids, lead by example. You know, show them that they are able to take those gifts and those talents and lend a helping hand. You know, right now with all these storms, there's going to be a variety of communities that are going to be needing some additional help to clean up and to restructure their life. If you're living in any of those areas, once it is safe, check with, you know, the resource centers and see if you can contribute something. Those that have lost their homes, that will need clothes and they will need food, and their pets that are out there. You know, think about all those extras that you have. You know, get your kids and teach them, show them. You know, you give back to your community. You give back to the people that have been giving to you this whole time. You know, be thankful and be blessed for the roof over your head and how you were able to earn your keep and earn a living and make a difference in somebody else's life. If you would like to learn more about any of my classes or learn about more of my services, go over to kitryn-marie.weebly.com. You can always send me a message. You can leave a comment if it is a positive comment. I have blocked and deleted quite a few people over the last couple months. I don't tolerate that nonsense. It's not needed. If you would like to send me an email at kitrynmarie@gmail.com, please do so. I have a painting class coming up next Thursday on November, where did that come from? Feels like November with this weather. May 30th. I have a business coaching class that will be coming up, I believe, the following 2 Thursdays. And if you're interested in a law of attraction class, I have one of those that are coming up also. You can go over to Dabble St. Louis and sign up, and you can see the cost and the supplies that you will need. So as I look forward to my child graduating tonight, trying to get my emotions all in check, all in gear. You know, big world. It's a big world out there when you get off the only 2 streets. You know, it's a big world when you encourage and you are able to lead by example. It's important that your kids know that you are behind them 110%, no matter what their choices and decisions are. They have worked hard to get to this accolade. We take credit as the parent for providing the roof over their head, the food in your refrigerator, nurturing and loving. Kids don't need the greatest, the latest, and the best of everything. They need to know that they have a stable and secure environment and that you believe in their gifts and their talents. And mine I'm pretty proud of. Absolutely very proud of. So again, I am Kitryn Marie, an artist, a writer, a speaker, a life, and a business coach. I reside here in St. Louis, Missouri. Wherever you are, be safe. Watch your weather. Here in Missouri, it looks like another stormy night that's coming. So you take care, and I will all see you soon. Bye.